Shalom, shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Waharakah Kadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders at GreatMillStone, and honors to you brothers out there on the highways and the byways, teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. And I just want to speak about what what the Apostle Tahar put out there in terms of the spirit of 3 videos a day, which, is a beautiful spirit. And it ain't got to be 3. Everything's in the spirit. It just simply means you increase, man, in this work. Someday you might have a day where you ain't really got nothing to do at all, and you might sit there and all day things are coming to you, and you end up doing 10, 11 videos that day. The next day you might do 2. The next day you might do 1 video, but it's a long ass video, it's about an hour long, and so forth. But what you're doing is you're doing more than you was doing before. And it's really for those who perhaps are being complacent, meaning they have the ability to do more, but they were being complacent at the level that they were on. They thought they were doing enough. It's to stir that fire, stir that pot, stir up that mind, man. And if you can do more and the spirit's on you to do more, then you should do more. Especially if you got that talent and that ability to teach. If you got that, if you can make them edifying videos. Now, 1 Corinthians 16 and 15, this is what Paul said, man. I beseech you, brethren, you know the house of Stephanas, that it is the first fruits of Achaia, and they have addicted themselves to the ministry of the saints. Now, when you look at the word addicted, people mostly apply addiction in a negative sense, but originally it didn't really have such a negative connotation as it does today, because it's associated today with crackheads, which is a very negative addiction, which leads, to your own destruction. All right, let's get the word addicted. To put in order, to station, all right, to place in a certain order, to arrange, to assign a place, to appoint, to assign a thing to one, to appoint, ordain, order, to appoint on one's own responsibility or authority, to appoint mutually, agree upon. Assign, dispose to a certain position or lot. Addict, appoint, determine, ordain, set. All right. So basically, they put themselves in a position. Yeah. They put themselves in a position. They appointed themselves. They addicted themselves to the ministry. Yeah, they addicted themselves to the ministry of the saints. Now, when you go into that word, the reason they put that word addict, addiction, a tendency, inclination, penchant, a less severe sense now obsolete, 1940s as state of being self-addicted, so that you appoint yourself to a habit or pursuit. Right? What's the habit or the pursuit that we have addicted, we have appointed ourselves to? This ministry, the ministry of the saints, which involves rebuke, which involves teaching, reproof, charity, count all the things that involve the brotherhood. Yeah, the ministry to the saints, to a habit, pursuit, from the Latin addictionem, nominative addictio, and awarding, a delivering up. All right, because what you're really doing is delivering up yourself. You're putting yourself, you're sacrificing yourself to that thing. Just like a crackhead sacrifices his life to crack, and it becomes a habit, which a habit goes back into something you live in. Yeah, we'll get the word habit. A pursuit didn't Paul say press on to the mark. Yeah, an awarding, a delivering up, noun of action from past participle, stem of adise, to deliver, award, devote, consecrate, sacrifice. In the sense, compulsion and need to take a drug as a result of prior use of it from the 1906. So that's a new speak. All right. One given over to some practice. All right. So we're given over to the ministry. And what's part of that? Doing the videos. And anytime you devote yourself to something and it becomes a habit, you increase in it, which is similar to those who are drug addicts or any form of addiction. When you give yourself over to something, you naturally will increase in it because you've given yourself over to it. At first, you do it a little bit, you're getting into it, then you do it more, 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 and you give as much as yourself, meaning your time and your thoughts, over to that particular thing that you are addicted to, you're sacrificed to, you're devoted to, you're appointed to, you're given to. Yeah, it's your pursuit. It's now your habit. Let's look at this word habit. Look at that habit, verb, to dwell, reside, to dwell in. So you get like a habitat. They call it the zone. Like if you get a musician that's addicted to music is literally living in a world of music. They say he's living in the studio. He lives in the studio, and when he's not in the studio, he's got his headphones on. And when he's not got his headphones on, he's got his boombox on. When he's not got his boombox on, he's thinking of lyrics and thinking of songs in his mind. He's addicted to music, and it only gets worse because that's what he's into. He's growing in it. He's giving himself over to that. This is the word habit, characteristic attire of religious or clerical order. So they're going into clothing. Condition, demeanor, appearance, dress. So a habit is actually, as a noun, is a clothing. It's a thing that people wear. And this truth is like something that you wear. That's in the scriptures. Put on thy beautiful garments. Or where is thy garment? All right. Find oneself where be situated, consider, think, reason, have in mind, manage, keep. This is all good stuff. This is all good stuff. To dwell. Oh, they got it down here. Okay, to dwell, reside, dwell, have dealings with, to live. Yeah, you gotta live this thing day by day. Dwell, stay, remain, to have, to hold, possess. In your patience, possess ye your souls. To give or receive. All right. So you gotta be addicted to this ministry, man. You gotta appoint yourself. You gotta give yourself over to this ministry. And as you do that, it will consume more and more of your life. You're gonna grow in this thing, especially as you get stronger, as you grow. That's why at first you might do one video a week, but you're still studying and this, that, and the other, and the spirit ain't really on you like that. But then you're going to grow. You're going to do more than one video a week. You're going to grow. You're going to abound. It's going to become a habit. You become addicted, man. to teaching this word. And you see that with the apostles and elders. Are they not addicted, man? The apostles and elders lead by example, man. And you got guys crying and, you know, these guys have been kicked out of Great Millstone, or they left Great Millstone, and they're worrying about us, man. Them bad mind. I wish I could sing like Anthony B. Them bad mind. Some bad mind youths, man. What's wrong with these people, man? So now exhorting the Arkham to teach more is a bad thing. Them bad mind. I guess the ministry of Yahweh Shai is not their concern. It sounds like a good thing to me. All right, it says, I beseech you, brethren, you know the house of Stephanus, that it is the first fruits of Achaia, and that they have addicted themselves to the ministry of the saints. Hey, they were going in. They they sacrificed themselves. They gave themselves over to the ministry, man. All right, now it's funny, yeah. I'll show you something, man. When you look up addiction, even in the extreme sense that they break it down to today, signs of addiction, I'll show you something that's quite funny, man. You know, sometimes you gotta be a little bit lighthearted, man. Man. Oh, man. You're addicted. Hey, sometimes, you know, man, when you ain't done no videos for a while, you get that psychiatric disorder such as anxiety. And you get anxious, man. You get angry. Oh, man, I ain't done no work in a while, man. I've been chilling too much. Hey, that's the addiction. Because when you're addicted to something, man, if you do something else, it ain't gonna feel right. If you spend too much time doing something else, it ain't gonna feel like. It's like when you're working long hours and all day, all you're thinking about is meditating on the scriptures and different things are happening, and you're like, man, that's a video, and you get upset, man. You get messed up because you wish you could just sneak off, and then you might sneak off at lunchtime and do the video at lunchtime, man, or sneak off on a quick break, or you might be in the office alone and you do the video just like a drug addict. Any opportunity they get, they be thinking about it. If they get the opportunity, you might catch their ass in the bathroom, you know. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's the same thing, man. Really, but what we do isn't detrimental to our health, man. Hold on, that's physical. I want to go to common emotional and social science. Oh, man, you're beginning to think that your substance use is normal for you, even if it results in a number of negative consequences, such as financial issues, legal issues, problems with relationships, and problems at work. Hey, because when you do this truth, man, you're going to get problems, man. You're going to catch hell. Yeah, you're going to catch hell in your relationships with people. You might catch hell at work. You get legal issues, get arrested or some shit. You know? Hey, oh God, some of this stuff is funny, man. I would have showed the thing with the family, man. I said it let me see if I can find it, man. I just thought it was interesting, some of the stuff they were saying, man. They say you get disconnected from certain things, man. Where was it? Yeah, this was the one, man, I thought was quite interesting. It says here, changes in your behavior, such as suddenly becoming unreliable. You know, you know what I mean? People want you to do something on a Saturday, on a camp day. You're like, nah, I can't do it, man. Or they want you to do something, but you know what, man? You've already made plans to link up with a brother and do a video. So if it ain't an emergency, you're like, nah, man, you know? You suddenly become unreliable because you're addicted to this this ministry. Just like a crackhead or someone like that, they become unreliable because their drug comes first, man. All right. It says not being as involved as you once were with friends or family. Hey, that's signs of addiction, man. Hey, you an addict, Ark. Not following important personal obligations, man. Yeah, certain things in your life that these people chase down, you know, you leave that to the side, man. Now, that don't mean you gonna totally break down and, you know, if you got to go work, you don't go work and things like that. But this truth becomes the major part of your life. So certain things that other people are doing to get places, and you ain't even bothered with that. All right? And isolating yourself from people who you normally enjoy spending time with. Why? Because you got to do this work, man. I mean, that was just, you know, I just thought that was interesting. Some of the emotional signs of being addicted. But yeah, like I said, and like with any addiction, it grows. You know, it grows. And that's what it's about, man. It's about growth. It's about pushing out this word, pushing out this ministry, you know, especially if you've been in this thing, you know, and you have you've got the capability to do what you do, then yeah, you should push more, man. And it's not nothing extreme, you know. It's not nothing extreme. If you're talking about you spend a certain time a day watching videos, you spend a certain time a day reading, you spend a certain time a day doing some videos, man. And the video don't have to be, you know, 2 hours long each. It should just be something small, man. You know, and that's that. So it's all in the spirit, you know. Always got to remember to balance yourself. You can't burn yourself out. So don't try to do like 20 videos a day every day, forcing yourself, and you know, you burn yourself out. Don't shoot your load. But hey, in this truth, you have to learn to balance yourself in the spirit, man. You know, and do what's needful. You know, but not be complacent, not hold back. Dedicate yourself, be addicted, man. All right, grow in this thing. All right. So I thought that was very interesting. So hopefully this has been edifying. So shalom to all you addicts out there. And I'm sure the Scorfer's going to try and have a field day, but I don't give a damn. You guys are addicted to Satan, man. So you're addicted to Scorfing, man. So you're going to be addicted to Scorfing, and we're going to be addicted to this ministry, man. So if that, I'm going to say shalom.